Hello everybody and welcome back to the chassis variant series, myself, Critical Rocket, and this is the Viper E. Now I know many of you may have expected it to be the Warhammer 2C, but I was actually in the process of recording the variants for that, and I already had the Viper complete, so this Monday that's what you're getting. But don't worry, the Warhammer 2C will be up next week with its variants, alongside the Friday's MWO stream that will also see more Warhammer 2C gameplay. So, this is the first of the clan 40 tonners, so we're finally into the mediums. We are done with the Inner Sphere part of the chassis series, for now, until they add in a new light mech, but this is where we stand. And the Echo variant is an interesting little build. It brings back the ATMs. So we have a an ER medium laser, 2 ER smalls, and a single ATM-6. It's not the most damaging loadout, that's for sure. It certainly won't overheat anytime soon. And the Viper's greatest strength is its speed, if nothing else. Obviously in the Inner Sphere this thing's called the Dragonfly, probably for the reason that it can move so damn quick. And has similarities to a long insect with big wing. The analogy sort of breaks down there, but it's fast. Okay, that's what they were getting at when they called it the Dragonfly. It's a fast mech. So yeah, it's one of the lesser seen Omni-mechs, I think, in the clan lineup. I remember when it first came out, it was very, very popular, and a lot of people were enjoying the fact that there was this new 40 tonner and it was incredibly fast. So you can make some pretty good builds out of it. There are Vipers out there that have a lot of hardpoints. So it's not like it's underpowered in any way. I think, like many things in MechWarrior Online, it's just something that's perceivably better comes along, and everyone just starts using that because people just want to use the same builds all the time. So if the flavour of the month for 40 tonners is, say, the Arctic Wolf, that's what everyone's doing. Now, as an aside, there are no variants of the Arctic Wolf that really can be done in MechWarrior Online, so that's why we're going to the Viper, just so you know. So, it's another one that's got the dreaded single ATM systems. What does this mean for, obviously, AMS? Well, it means you get chewed up very quickly, but at least you got the ability here that you can maneuver around a little bit quicker. The single ER medium is awful, and the 2 ER smalls are okay. I mean, at least you can pump out a bit more damage with the ER smalls than you can the single ER medium. But, yeah, armour configuration is okay. We're talking about a mech that's trying to do a jack-of-all-trades role, because it's similar to the Delta version of the Viper, which itself is an attempt to have an LRM and SRM and some short and medium-range lasers, so it can attack at all ranges. It's an attempt to make a configuration that can do that kind of omni-purpose combat role. This is just a kind of post-Civil War update of it. Oh, Hebe, shut up! No, she's not accepting that. Anyway. Some of you will be happy to hear Hebe in the video. I know some of you like to have Empress Hebe turn up every now and then, start rowing her arse off. Though I wouldn't really say this isn't a good build. I could see why this wasn't added to the game. It just doesn't have. If you're looking at it from PGI's perspective, you've got a mech variant that has 3 energy hardpoints as a base with a single missile hardpoint. It's not great. So if you were going to have it, you'd probably try and, inflate those hardpoints a little bit. So it's not perfect. I can see some of these variants. I can see why PGI didn't add them, because they just wouldn't ever be bought. They wouldn't ever be used by players, and because they just don't have the hardpoints. I don't know. Is that a tacit admission then by PGI that really the only variants they want to add to the game, if they can, are just the variants that have a shit ton of hardpoints, because they know that players take the ones that've got the more DACA, the bigger the gun, the more gun, rather than anything that's a bit more specialised, because let's face it, the objectives in this game is just kill everything. There's no kind of like tactical victory you can have, where, oh, we lost more men but we won them, we achieved the objectives, hooray, we won. Nah, it's very rare that ever happens, if at all. So here we are with this. I wasn't originally going to keep this recording, but the fight turned into, it started out as a bit of a rout, and then we started to get a few kills back, and I picked up a kill, and I was zipping around a bit, and I don't know why, I was getting a bit ignored, which was good for me, because it just meant I could just keep shooting things like this. Awesome. I kept expecting to just get jumped, and no, they kept going for the other target. So maybe they saw my loadout and thought, nah, he's not a threat. Just ignore him. He's not gonna cause us any trouble. And yeah, they'd be right. This loadout does not do a lot of damage. And I can't remember, I think my IATM is either destroyed at this point or I've run out of ammo. It's hard to see from the size of the preview window on the editing software. But the round's nearly over anyway. I thought it was a good fight though. I think it was a good demonstration of the Viper's ability to, as you can see, I've been firing constantly. It doesn't even come close to overheating. You know, keeping up at maximum speeds, great jump jets. The Viper is a good mech. If you haven't checked it out, have a look at some of the other variants. There's one that's got like 6 ER mediums, for instance, in one arm hardpoint, all spread across one side of the mech. So take that into account, because it is, if you like high speed, like hit and run mechs, but you want something that can mount a fair amount of weaponry, that's a good choice. The Viper is a good, solid choice. Have a look. So I think that's the end of that round. I believe so. So yeah, scoreboards could be popping up. So thanks everyone for joining me. Hope you have a good week. I'll see you all next time. And yeah, bye.